And we're back. Nice. So today's, after we've successfully made this, today we're going to be working on and taking apart what I've already started to put back together, a cheap Chinese movement. This was out of a fake Rolex. And let's get some of this stuff undone. We can already start putting this stuff away. Lay it out here in front of you. It's the keyless. We get our date wheel off. We can get part of the, so this part broke. So that's a bummer. But it's still going to be documented and all that. It's just part of the, that's the ratchet wheel. Now we're going to take off the calendar works here. Just going to unscrew this. Make sure my phone's doing okay. Over there, just can take out this screw right, oopsies, right here. Big fucker. Put that V. That's the calendar works, the keyless. That's that side. It's barrel side. Now we can get the pieces of the calendar works out. Get the minute wheel here. And part of the keyless right here. Everything needs to move out of my way or I'm gonna lose my shit. It's been a long enough day as it has been. No, I'm kidding. I've been pretty chill today. Today there's not going to be any major springs, or we will try not to have any major spring issues. I lost a screw earlier. I'll find it eventually. Get the cannon pinion off. There we go. Put that in the center bit. With that, we get this little guy here. And then we get the big date click. Now we just get the keyless works off. But yeah, no, today seems like a good day, and I felt like I would do another recording for you guys, or live for you guys. I just find this kind of good that I practice this daily, and I just want you guys to come along for the ride. Let's get this one off. So this one has a fair amount more, a lot more parts than the Sellita Swiss manual we did yesterday. This is a cheap Chinese movement from a fake Rolex, as I stated before. But this time I bought some new parts for it. I believe we may have started this on this channel, or maybe the other channel. I don't remember really. Now we can take this out. Come here, oh, shit. Get up. I'm not talking to you, Sawyer. You're a good boy. I'm gonna get this guy out of here. I really don't know what that's called. It's the dildo tube as referenced on the other. Here we go. That bit out. Now there is a major screw here, but it's very simple screw. Very simple screw. Or spring, excuse me. Now we can take the crown and stem out. This little fucker out of there. And we're all done with that side. Now to go to the works side. So that's all the dial stuff. Now we're going to do, I practiced putting this together right before. So we're going to take off the balance wheel here, which is not a full balance. It's broken, like very broken, as you guys can see. Shit, I thought it said 7 o'clock on my watch. I was like, what? You can get the mangled balance wheel off here. I'm going to move these off to the side. That's part of the winding works. I'm going to get the, yeah, it's quite broken, I must say. But it's in good, well, all it needs is a new hairspring. And it's in good condition, mainly. Now we're going to take off the back plate for the train wheel assembly. I keep calling them back plate. I know they're bridges, but this is literally a back plate. There's no other way to explain it. I've been getting into more gaming lately. I don't know what it is. And I get too anxious when I do these things. There you go. This is what broke off the ratchet wheel here. The screw, I could try, but it'll be a very, very, very loose fit on this. But we can try to fix that. Next, we remove the train of wheels here. Now, it took me a little while to learn how to get this bit down for the train wheel. Just grab it by the gear here, which is not recommended, but I'm going to take the minute wheel off. This one's easy to apply. The escape wheel comes off. Somehow I got that to stick in place earlier. Here is your crown wheel. Let's get that out of there. And now we can, this little sneaky feller's got to get out of there. Get the pinion bridge out of here. This, when I first started out, this was probably one of my first projects I ever attempted. I did a time lapse of it, and it took me 2 days. But now that I sort of know what I'm doing, get the main guy out of there. Get the pinion wheel, center wheel, whatever you want to call it. Now we can get the pallet and pallet bridge. I learned this pallet setup is a lot easier than the Swiss watch. Well, shit, you're stuck on there, bud. Or I can just lift it up like that. And there's your pallet. Oh, whoops. So it's fully disassembled now. Everything's looking good. So there's the parts. We're still missing the automatic winding bridge. That I need to order. Not the winding bridge. This is the winding bridge. I need to order some stuff, but here's the movement taken apart. And you can get this up for like $20. It's a fairly complex piece, but when you have everything sorted, move that back, you can kind of get the gist. But how I can show you, there's quite a few parts is by, we'll separate the main bits now from that. My phone's still doing good. Like I said, I've been getting into gaming on Roblox, apparently. Damn it, Jacob. You really got me into playing that now. But you can see that the parts tray is filling up rather quickly. Because of the amount of parts there are to this. It's kind of crazy to think, instead of a $500 watch movement that we worked on yesterday, compare that to a $50 watch movement. I don't like this. I really hate this. I like it when it's separated. No, I like them when they're open. That was a dirty reference, but failed miserably. I'm just starting to understand how each piece individually works, which should be quite interesting. I know how to put it together. It's just a matter on knowing what each part does or doesn't do. So that's filled. I mean, it's probably, no, because on the last one we did was this Solita. This one I practiced on, and it's gotten more fluid for me. We're going to have to put the train wheel in here because this is actually a very complex train wheel. So let's go into the portion of cleaning. Now this watch is in dire need of a cleaning. How do you clean it? I won't tell you how, but I will tell you how you would sort each tray into cleaning it. So this is weird because this has shit. This likes to fly away from camera. It's camera shy. No. That has its own little spring in it, which is kind of nice. Oh shit. So Drew, that's me, by the way. How the fuck would I clean this? So when I started working on tools from Bergeon, what's that? It's a dust brush. This came in a level 2. So these are move tweezer. These are little mesh baskets, and there's oils other places. But today we're not going to be doing the oils. We're just going to focus mainly on putting them in their little barrels. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to clean you off because last night you were quite dirty. That sort of helps. But there's your movement. Your movement would have to go in a big basket. So we'll start off here. We'll start with the motion work. So now you would want to put screws and little parts in different ones. That's how I do it. But just because this is a small little tray, I'm not going to use any big piece. Actually, I will. I'm going to use this big one for the... No, sorry, I'm trying to decide because it's truly up to you. But for the scale and size of these pieces, these are just like some high quality things. Like you can see, they take a long time to unscrew. But what you want to do is, I know it's going to be kind of hard to do it first, but you're going to want to put everything. I mean, everything of that section in one, even for the small bits. Even if this may fill up quite a bit of it. That's your goal. So for calendar works, you can see me filling it. No problem. No anxiety. I mean, you would get a little bit of anxiety when you're working on something like that and cleaning it, you know, because there could be mishaps and it could go bad. So that's an example of the whole calendar and the front works going in this little mesh basket. And I'll show you what we just put in there. We fit quite a bit into a little area. But through the washing process, let me flip you over. We put 2 whole sections of parts in there. Now, what I wish is if I got more of these, you could pick shit up with these. But these are like really, really expensive. Why is this magnet? Oh shit. Why is it magnetized? I don't like that. Might need to switch that out. But yeah. All of that fit into this little basket. So that's what you're going to want to keep. Oh shit. Shoot. Dang it. Hopefully it's not disconnected. Opinion. Calendar works. Okay. So for the bigger stuff, you're obviously going to use the bigger baskets. They're called mesh basket. They screw in really well. Bigger Bigger for the bigger stuff, smaller for the screws. That's how I do it. But that's just me. Let's get back to putting this bitch together. So this took me a little while to understand how this is properly put together. Are you the opinion? You might be. No, you're not. Yeah, you are. Haha. Joke's on me. I'm an idiot. The pinion will go. Oh, shit. So obviously, you know where that cannon pinion went. This is what it rests on. And they recommend you put the barrel on. You're going to grab the bridge for said barrel. And that should rest very, very nicely right there. What are we doing here? Let's just empty out that one. I know I'm throwing them rather aggressively. I'm running low on time. I got to eat here in about 15 minutes. I got myself a new food. Mom did, at least. Got me some new food. What I needed were those 2 screws. Thank you. So now you apply the 2 screws in. While you're securing this, my goal is for this not to take 2 days, right? I mean, we're working fairly quickly again. I'm on a time crunch myself. So there you go. Just going to put that second wheel in. You're going to put your escape wheel on its spot. Good. And then you're going to put your regular wheel here to line up properly. There you go. This one's always been a pain in the ass. Pain in the rump, I must say. Pain in my rump, at least. You'll know when it's seated. There you go. That's it just right. Set you on. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit on you. So this goes here. No. That's not where we go. We fly over there, apparently. There you go. Face. Sit on your face. May I sit on your face? So eventually, I'm going to set you there, crown wheel. As I said earlier, the ratchet wheel broke. Oh shit. Right before. The reason that did not sit properly. Because this one. See how that sits nice and pretty? That's what we want it to do. So as every time I must say, these all, but this one, oddly, have to rest on a jewel. Now we can apply this back plate. Nightmares is just what I need. Shit. Gotta hold those down quite tight. Jamie, I'm recording right now. We don't want a whole issue like we did yesterday now, do we? Good. Damn it. Now, we can't always trust the other side. So I would throw the screw in you too. Now you just test it. Tomorrow, we'll do part 2 because I'm genuinely really hungry. So I will see you guys tomorrow.